This video is a good representation of why I don't book a lot of my clients on Southwest Airlines unless they absolutely require it. Check it out.
Okay, y'all, we need to talk about Southwest Airlines. Now, don't get it twisted. I love me some Southwest. I love a 2 free checked bag situation. I love their sassy former stand-up comic flight attendants. But what I don't love is that damn seating policy. So for those not familiar, Southwest has a policy where you get to choose your own seat. You know, kind of like you do online with other airlines when you buy a ticket. But for some reason here, it's a novelty, like Build-A-Bear or the McRib. And instead of allowing passengers to choose their seat ahead of time, when they're all relaxed and not in the panic of travel mode, Southwest throws this added pressure in when everybody gets to the airport and is stressed the hell out. Now, in order to prevent a total chaotic shit show, they divide you into 3 boarding groups, A, B, and C. Or basically first class, economy, and shit out of luck. The way you get sorted into these groups depends entirely on when you check in, which nowadays can be done online 24 hours before departure. So now you got 200 or so people setting alarms on their damn phones reminding them to check in. Then exactly 24 hours later, they're tapping away at their screen, hitting refresh, refresh, refresh every 5 seconds like they're trying to get tickets to a damn Taylor Swift concert, only to find out that you still ended up in the B group, but now you got carpal tunnel. But Southwest got smart and realized, what if we charged a premium that guaranteed you a spot in the A group? So now for a fee ranging from 15 to 50 bucks, you can pay for early bird check-in, in which case Southwest will check you in automatically 24 hours before your flight, usually guaranteeing you a good spot. So finally, it's your travel day, and you're at your gate, and you're enjoying your overpriced Cinnabon and half listening to that podcast your sister recommended, when the gate agent says for Group A to begin lining up. And here's where it becomes Lord of the motherfucking Flies. Now, y'all, I consider it a damn miracle if I can get my students to line up in number order without someone crying or losing a finger. You would think a group of grown-ass adults would have no issue accomplishing this task. But if you've hung around any grown-ass adults lately, you would quickly realize this is not the case. Now, Southwest has installed these tower-like things with a number range and arrows pointing in the direction in which people should line up. This might as well be in ancient hieroglyphics because you have people staring at these things like they've never seen a number line before. One girl the other day on my flight was staring at these numbers all confused, and when I went over to help her, I look at her ticket and I'm like, girl, you're not on this flight. You're flying United. She doesn't even go here. Why don't they just put circles on the floor with every number and then just have you stand on that number? No, instead, you're forced to engage with your fellow passengers in a friendly game of what number do you have, where you inevitably end up looking like you're taking part in an illegal drug transaction. Hey man, you got A23? A23 man? And here is where you run into one of 2 people. Compliant Cassie, who tells you her number and y'all adjust accordingly, or douchey Dan, who says something along the lines of, doesn't matter, dude, we're all going to the same place. Now, mind you, it's never someone that has an early boarding number that says this. Oh no, douchey Dan knows he's in the wrong spot, but he don't give 2 shits. So now you're forced to play line police, because in fact, Dan, it does matter. That one number could mean the difference between sitting on the aisle at the front of the plane or sitting in a middle seat by the toilet sandwiched between a teething baby and a man who only bathes in months that end with L. Plus, Dan, I'll pay for that damn early bird special, and I am not about to have your B group ass cut in front of me. Meanwhile, the gate agent has totally checked out in this process. They literally could care less how y'all line up. Plus, they're too busy dealing with the 300 pre-boarders and the 27 wheelchairs that magically show up when it's time to board. So you've paid all this extra money to board early. By the time you actually do get on the plane, it's near damn half full, and now you're stuck in row 17 behind a man who looks like Hagrid's body double. All this stress, and the plane hasn't even taken off yet! So I ask you, who is actually buying a ticket on Southwest because of the open seating policy? Who is thinking, you know, while it's nice to know where I'm sitting ahead of time so I can emotionally and physically prepare, I'd rather take my chances and throw down in the gauntlet on the day of because that's way more fun. Find your joy.